Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Mr. Ad316. I am back on YouTube. I know it's been a long time since I've been making videos, and I apologize for that. I've been busy lately. I've been looking at comment requests by you guys to do several DVD reviews, and I just can't do them all at once, so I'm gonna have to do it one by one. I'm not gonna do it in order. So for those of you who requested me, don't worry. I'm gonna try my best to get them out there. Also, I'm gonna have a special video coming up soon on a Q&A video. A few of you guys have been posting questions that I've never answered. So I just wanted to include those in the Q&A video as well, just to show that I don't ignore you guys. I just want to make things fair and square. Alright, so this DVD review is requested by today's lucky pick, Rockstar8381. Again, the username is Rockstar8381. Requesting me to make a review on Raw 100, the top 100 moments in Raw history. Great choice, my friend. Great choice. There was a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about, specifically about this DVD. Good positive aspects and negative aspects as well. Briefly, let's just describe the cover. Plain Raw 100 sign, or on the back, on the side, same thing. On the back, it has a few pictures. Kane unmasking, the DX impersonating the McMahons, Mick Foley winning his first title, Cena arriving on Raw, The Rock when he returns, CM Punk's epic pipe bomb, and Ric Flair. It says right here, since 1993, Monday Night Raw has delivered non-stop thrills, action, and controversy to the WWE Universe. And that is true. It includes from the shocking CM Punk dropping a pipe bomb, the new Raw GM Eric Bischoff, John Cena drafted as number 1, to the hilarious The McMahons and the Bad Pan. Mr. McMahon and the bedpan. That was when Stone Cold hit McMahon with the bedpan in the hospital. The Rock concert and DX impersonating the Nation. To the emotional Bret Hart return, Shawn Michaels loses his smile, and Edge's retirement ceremony. And then to the utterly outrageous Tea Time with Santino, Mae Young gets powerbombed by the Dudley Boys, and Stephanie McMahon's wedding in Vegas. The outrageous drive-through marriage, drive-through wedding, which was very, very, very chaotic in their careers. Anyways, now when you open up, first of all, you get rid of the slider thing, and you basically get a bunch of pictures, which is really, really cool. It's a normal 3D set, format. And the cover basically has a bunch of pictures that would be in the DVD. So it's really, really nice. You see more pictures on the back. Very nice pictures. And you open it up, you see even more pictures. They really didn't miss out many that I was thinking of. They pretty much got the gist of what I wanted. From the Attitude Era, from the early ages of Raw, till the later years. Not bad. Alright, and you open it up, you got the disc 1, disc 2, disc 3. On the back you got like the logo of the Raw's War. Here's an A of that logo. I'm sorry, that's a classic logo. That's the Attitude Era logo, and that's the current Raw logo. And as you can see, disc 1 features moments number 100 all the way to 51. Disc number 2 is from 50 to 1. And I liked how third disc they had the episode of Raw 1000. Brilliant idea. I thought they were going to do something something that would be, oftenly done by the WWE. Let's say, make a 3-disc set, 1 disc about the documentary, and then the other two, the matches. I thought it was going to be something like that, but instead they did something creative, and they had the Raw 1000th episode on this 3, which was a brilliant idea. I thought it was a great idea. I wanted WWE to do something like that because Raw 1000 was an epic episode in 2012. Probably the best episode of 2012 in my opinion. Let me just put this back on. Oh, I guess not. Anyways, this DVD fulfilled most of my expectations. As a matter of fact, it actually kind of exceeded what I expected for this DVD, because I wanted this to include moments from, the time I've been watching wrestling, from 2001 and onwards. I wanted them to include great moments like, the Matt Hardy and Edge rivalry from 2005, Cena's draft pick. I knew that was going to be one of them. Hornswoggle right here with McMahon. That was, even though it was really downgrading to the WWE system, I think that it was an outrageous moment and that they should have put on the DVD. And it was a good idea to do that. John Cena and Kevin Federline thing, that was also another big issue. The Triple H's return obviously was going to be one of them. Miz winning the WWE title, I was glad they added that. There was so many moments that were perfect. They fit the topic, and they generally they were pretty much well placed in the list. Although I don't want to spoil what the top 10 or the number 1 would be, but do I necessarily agree with the number 1 pick? Well, it is definitely a great moment, especially for me. It's a great moment, but I guess that you can say that there could have been a moment that pretty much surpassed that moment in particular. Quite frankly, in my opinion, the best moment in Raw history was, Stone Cold and Mike Tyson. That was definitely one of my favorite moments watching as a kid till now. Probably the best moment in Raw history, in my opinion. IMO. Anyway, but as for the choices they made, I think I could agree with most of them, if not all of them. I wish they could have included more relating to, Chris Benoit, because, Chris Benoit has also been part of some of the greatest moments in WWE history. They could have added, there was another one I forgot to mention. They could have added the ceremony of Eddie Guerrero's death in this DVD. I mean, I don't know if it would fit the topic of greatest moment, but it was, obviously it was not a great moment because we just had a tragic event of Eddie's death. But at the same time, we were commemorating the memories he left us behind. And I think that itself could have been part of this DVD. If not, I could be wrong. I mean, I just don't want to sound disrespectful or anything. It's just that I respect the hell out of Eddie. I really admire Eddie's talent in the ring and his charisma outside of the ring. He is by far one of the greatest I've ever seen growing up as a kid. I remember I was a huge fan of his. One of my favorite wrestlers growing up as a kid, and one of the reasons why I started watching wrestling was him and Rey Mysterio. Those two really inspired me from WCW. I've seen their matches and they were amazing. But anyways, going back to this, they had some great moments involved in this DVD. I'm glad they included, the Dudley Boys, Kurt Angle, D-Generation X, most of the guys from the Attitude Era. I'm glad they added that. They even added Shelton Benjamin, which was a shocker. I don't know why, because in my opinion, Shelton Benjamin was not really involved in some of the greatest moments. Matches, definitely, but moments, maybe not. They included the John Cena, Shawn Michaels epic main event. That was amazing. I'm glad they involved that. Batista quitting, another one. What else? Oh, I was actually shocked they added this footage right here of Edge and Lita having live sex. I remember when I was 11, I think, when I was watching Raw, and I remember I had to turn off the TV because of what was going on. I was only 11 years old. My parents were watching with me, and my dad was like, just turn off the TV for a moment. And I'm like, all right. So got to miss some part of Raw from there. Although I remember watching from the New Year's Revolution 2006 DVD, the promo, the segment where they were basically showing this footage again. And I was like, that's what I missed. Well, that sucked. But yeah, anyways, basically I don't think this was a PG. It was actually TV 14 DVLS, DLVS, whatever. Which you would know that this DVD is not really appropriate for kids under the age of 12 or 10, whatever. This DVD was probably a tough DVD for WWE to release, just like the Attitude Era DVD. I remember watching on YouTube, I heard that WWE's been trying to cancel the release of the Attitude Era DVD simply because of the content that was involved in it. However, they finally grew some cojones and did it anyways. They took the risk and they did it, and that's what WWE's well known for, taking huge risks. I mean, that's what WrestleMania is all about. That was a big risk for Vince McMahon to invest on one specific event, which was WrestleMania. It was a big gamble for him, and this thing as well. This DVD consists of several, you can say, misleading contents, whether it's violence or sex or dirty language or whatever you want to say. I think kids should not watch this DVD at all. Parents, if you're watching this video, do not show your kids this, because, well, after watching all that PG crap, they'll be out of their minds once they see this. Anyways, that was my long speech about lecturing to the kids. Anyways, I just want to say that this DVD was pretty good. One thing I didn't like about it was that it was way too long for me. Now, when you look at the other countdowns, they separate them evenly and they're more organized in timing as well. I mean, I remember disc 1 took so long, and I almost fell asleep. Not that it was boring, it was just too long. I mean, just look at it. You got the first 50 moments of Raw in the first disc. Then you're watching the second disc right after that. Next 50 moments. I just think that's really, really, really compacted. You should have just separated even more. Have like number 100 to 75 in the first one, then 74 to 74 to 40 something on the second, and then just add a fourth disc to it. You can have 3 discs, and then the fourth disc could be Raw 1000. But I guess they just wanted to make it more simpler and compacted by having only 2 discs consisting of the 100 moments. So for those of you who will be buying this DVD, just keep in mind that although this DVD is very entertaining to watch, it is really, really long. I don't know what's the timing. Hold on, let me just check the... Oop, I better drop the camera. Timing. Doesn't even say. What the fuck? It doesn't say how long this DVD takes, but if I would have to guess, it's probably more than 10 hours. I mean, first of all, you got I would say 4.5 hours of this, and then 3 hours. Oh, so yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 hours, somewhere like that. But this DVD was definitely a very good DVD to include in my collection, especially since I'm trying to collect more DVDs that kind of revolved around the era I grew up in, the era that I lived, the Attitude Era, the pre-Attitude Era, the boring WWE era in '95, then the Ruthless Aggression era in early 2000s to mid 2000s. Then you got the PG era. You just think to yourself, what's the next era? It's going to be interesting to watch. But this DVD was definitely a good DVD to recap of every single great moments that have happened on Raw. I don't think they missed out anything important, but I think the thing that you'd have to keep in mind is that they kind of compacted things too much, so it looks like it's really, really long, and you might fall asleep throughout some of them. Now there was some moments that were kind of didn't fit into the category, weren't really greatest moments they didn't fit to that criteria. Like for example, I would say off the top of my head, Sheamus and Mark Cuban. Now that moment easily could have been replaced by another moment. Um, something like that is just really, you really don't have to see on the DVD. Other moments are definitely, you can say, fit the topic easily. But this DVD was a big thumbs up for me. If I would have to rate this DVD, I'll probably give it 8 out of 10. I could give it 8.5 or 9, but I just have to say that it's gonna take me a long time for me to get interested into watching this again, because it just took a long time for me to watch this. I have to admit, it was way too long. Other than that, the list is great. The DVD itself is great. I like the fact that they added Raw 1000. Great idea by the WWE. So that's basically it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know it took a little long, but you know me by now. I take long times to make videos, and I'm gonna make a Q&A video soon, so make sure you go check that out. And I'll do other requests later on as well. So remember, this was requested by Rockstar8381. So go subscribe to him, but also please subscribe to my channel. That way you can watch more of these videos. DVD reviews or DVD collection videos, room tour, whatever you name it. I'll do them all. So that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Peace.